Okay, you're right. You're right. Okay, it is a one-on-one. I got one-on-one here, or that's UTC time, or 8:01. So what? Yeah. Anyway, yeah, it's 8:01. Local time, Eastern Standard Time, and this is the Hamilton Amateur Radio Club Net. We're on here every Monday night on 7100. At the moment, we're on 7100, and if we change to 80 or any other frequency, we will have it on the website. But for the time being, we're on 7100, and every Monday night at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time till 9 p.m. And at 9 p.m., we sometimes go to 10 meters direct to a 28485, and that is not a net, but that is just some local boys get together and chat for a bit about ham radio, about anything. So this is VE3 Bravo Kilowatt, Hamilton, Ontario, and we're located in the western end of Lake Ontario. So anybody out there wants to check in, we've just been chatting with Mac, their VA3 IMW, but the net is now open, so anybody anywhere, if you want to check in, please go now.
Victor Echo 3, Kilo, Mike, Quebec.
Victor Echo 3, Kilo, Mike, Quebec. Anybody else out there?
Victor Echo 3, Sierra Mike, November.
Okay, and VE3, Sierra Mike, November, and I think that's Matt. Okay, stand by there, Matt, and we'll let Mike go first there. Go ahead there, Matt.
Yeah, VE3BK, VE3KMQ. Good evening, Rick, and I believe Mac is in there. I think I did hear him before. Anyway, good evening to everybody on the net. Just thought I'd say hello. Rick, you got a good signal this way, 15 over, and I am on the fan dipole this evening, so kind of curious as to what the audio is like. I know last week both you and Paul had indicated that the audio was down on the fan dipole that I used, and it was a lot better on the vertical at this time of night. So kind of curious if it's a duplication again this week or what there. So bring it back to you there, Rick, the VE3BK, VE3KMQ.
Yeah, okay, Mike, VE3KMQ, VE3BK. Yeah, you're sounding great over here today, and yeah, well, I got my comment, which is things you need, so you only get like just under the 10 over. But that's the difference in the radios. If I give you a report that was more like yours, I have to put preamp one on. But boy, oh boy, I hear you just fine. So, hey, I got a quick question for you. Yeah, how well did you do in the Canada winter? And like I was just telling Mac that I worked on 40 meters. I worked Western Canada, Eastern Canada, and I thought that was pretty good. Plus, I had a few Americans come in as well, you know, when I was calling CQ. But then I went to 15, and I only worked one or two guys on 15. There wasn't much going on, but there was somebody out west of E7, and he was just booming in here on 15. And of course, I worked him and gave him a report. And you know what? After that, I think I did work somebody else on 15. But you know, there was slim pickings on 15. But I heard 10 was open. So tell me, was 10 open there, Mike Over?
Yeah, I did, I think, fairly well on the contest. I mean, I wasn't at it solid, but over the 24 hours, you know, I was pretty much, you know, with taking breaks, sometimes as much as an hour. But anyway, I racked up 69 contacts, so I thought that was pretty decent. And, yeah, I worked just about every band, I think, that was usable, 80, 40, 20, 15, and 10. Now, on 10, There was just the one contact I had, and that was in Brazil. So there was a little bit of activity on 10, as I recall, but just the one station that I did work there. Predominantly, I was on 20 and I guess 15 a fair bit. Just looking at my log in front of me here, so you can print out a copy. I was on 40, and I heard you mentioning you worked some Western Canada stadium stations on 40. I did not. Most of mine on 40, I'm looking here, pretty much Ontario, Quebec. I did do New Brunswick and Nova Scotia, so Atlantic Canada and, points east, I guess. But as far as 40 goes, it's pretty much tied down to Atlantic Canada and Ontario. So what else was I going to tell you? Yeah, I did fairly well, I guess. And as I said, racked up 69 contacts there. So back to you there, Rick. VE3BK, VE3KM2.
Okay, well, you make me wish I had spent longer on it, but I've come here and, I did have fun with the time I was on it. So, I'll tell you, and you did pretty well. It sounds like you did okay. And you got to be there to work them, It's like when we were at the contest site, the one guy in 80, he would go for a long time sometimes with no contact. But then you get 2 or 3 or 4 in a row, nobody else got it. So you never know. Anyway, we got Matt sitting in the wings here. Matt, if you could please stand by for a minute. And we want to do a test with Mike there. Mike, do you want to switch over to vertical? Right now your audio is excellent on here. Let's switch to the vertical and let's see what happens on this one.
Yeah, okay, Rick. VE3BK, VE3KM2. I've switched over to the vertical and kind of curious as to whether it's the same, whether it's degraded a little bit. Again, last week it was better on this, the vertical. But anyway, great to hear that the audio is good on the fan. I don't know what was going on last week, but obviously maybe a combination of close proximity, that time of night, frequency. But as I discussed with you, other times on the same frequency with other contacts seem to bear out good results. So I don't know, something unique was going on last week. But anyway, let me know what this signal and the audio quality is like. Back to you.
It's excellent. Switch right back and give me some more audio.
Okay, I'm on the vertical right now. I'm on the vertical, but I'll switch back to the fan in just a second. Hang on. VE3BK, VE3KM2, now on the fan dipole, and let me know what comparison is like.
Okay, the audio is good on both of them, and now like before, so that's weird, that had to be conditioned, but on this one you're down a bit, your signal was down, you were much better on the vertical was just under the 10, and right now you're about a 5 there, not much difference, but just a little bit, and the audio is good on both those, so you're okay there.
Identical here, VA3CP.
Yeah, I think that's VE or VA3CP. Go ahead.
Yeah, Paul, you're identical with Hamilton Mountain up by Meadowlands.
Okay, very good. I do appreciate that feedback. Good to know. Yeah, last week, seemed to be a little strange thing going on where there was definitely a difference between my fan dipole and the vertical. And I think it might have been a combination.
Yeah, weird thing happening there. Okay, thanks for the input there, Dave. We'll get to you next in VE3SMN. Matt there, come on in.
Thanks, Rick. I just wanted to check in and say hello to you and hello to everyone on net that can hear me. I'll keep it brief for this evening because I got a lot of noise coming in and barely making everybody out. But I wanted to get in and say hello.
Well, hello there, Matt, and thanks for being there, and happy holidays to everybody at your end from here, and good to hear you in there. Go ahead.
Thank you, Rick, and same to you and all of your family. All the best for Christmas and the upcoming New Year. Victor Echo 3, Sierra Mike November. I'll pass it back to Net Control, and I will be listening.
Hey, Matt, before you go, can you give Mike the report on his vehicle and his fan dipole? Maybe you can give him a report too there, or?
Roger that. Unfortunately, I couldn't hear him at all with either antenna. I can hear you, and I did hear VE3CP check in there with the report, but unfortunately no copy on Mike.
Okay, okay, did I hear you right? You couldn't hear VE3KMQ?
No, sorry, no copy on him.
Okay, have you got a copy on VA3CP?
Roger, yes, I have a copy on VA3CP.
Okay, I'll say hello to him. Dave, are you still there?
Yeah, I'm here, Rick.
Yeah, can you hear VE3SMN? He's fairly new, and anyway, get him involved in these testing situations there. Over.
Okay, V3SMN, VA3CP, good evening. Name here is Dave. I'm located West Hamilton Mountain, over.
Good evening, Dave. Yes, we have talked before, and thanks to you and your handiwork that this is working for me tonight, and I can hear you, and you guys can hear me. Roger?
Yeah, okay, very good. Matt, is it?
Yeah, Roger. Victor Echo 3, Sierra Mike November, and Matt, Mike Alpha Tango Tango.
Okay, Matt, where are you located?
East Hamilton Mountain, basically near Mohawk and the Brow.
Mohawk and the Brow, okay. All right, gotcha. All right, yeah, you don't have your address on QRZ, so I don't know if that's intentional or not, but anyway, all right. Well, I'm hearing you fine, so not a big deal at all. All right, back to you, Rick. VE3BK, VA3CJZ, you're strong up here tonight.
Yeah, okay, thanks, Dave. You're strong down here, too. Matt is just on the edge here. I can hear him okay, but, I'm not getting every word. Oh, I got my pen running out of the ink. Anyway, okay, yeah. So, Dave, tell us about the weekend. Were you there on the weekend for the boat on Sunday, over?
Actually, I was out. I activated, but I was over at Tamlorn Park, so I picked up the Biosphere Reserve and the Bruce Trail there. Also Tamlorn Park, which is a VEFF location. So I worked the boys on 40 meters and 20 meters. I didn't stick around too long. I got 32 contacts, 39 minutes, and then I packed it up and went home.
Yeah, 32, that's pretty good. Did you do any CW work, and was there much activity on the bands there that you found from different contests and stuff, over?
I don't know, it sounded busy to me. I only worked Scott from Oakville. He was over there on most of the cars doing an activation on 20 meter CW, so I worked him. I was using the FTH-17, so I was running 5 watts. They use this KX2 at 5 watts, so, the KX2, so I think, anyway, 5 watts to 5 watts, we made it fine. He was about 579, I think.
Yeah. Hey, well, 40 meters, I made a Finland when I did the Canada Winter, and really I spent more time on 40 than anywhere. But anyway, the one in contact, I could hear him really good. So that was on 80 meters, and I'm really not set up for 80 meters anymore. I'm using a compromised antenna for that, but with the tuner, but it's working. Anyway, well, I'm glad you had fun, even though you're in San Juan Park. You weren't with the rest of the guys, but you activated San Juan, so that was good, and that's a good place to go to. That park. Anyway, we're gonna carry on here, and thanks for all that, Dave. So we're clear with VA3CP for the moment, and we're happy holidays to you guys, all the guys that have checked in so far. And let's see if there's anybody else out there. This is VE3 Bravo Kilowatt.
Yeah, Merry Christmas, Rick. Happy New Year. If I'm not talking before then, VA3CP.
Okay, thanks, Dave. And just noticed that I had my audio a little bit too hot that I had it up for contesting. And I usually turn it down about where it is right now. Make sure I don't overdrive. So anyway, you wouldn't believe how many contacts I got, and they give me you're 5 and 3, 5 and 5. I couldn't believe it. Good audio. They heard me. They heard me anyway, so that's the main thing. The SciCom's got good audio, over.
Oh, yeah. Well, I worked the boys on 40 meters on 2.5 watts, because I was running on an internal battery, and it defaults to 2.5, so I turned it up to 5 a little later, but yeah, I picked up, I got Alpha Delta, Charlie Delta over in New Jersey, or she is New Jersey, New Jersey, I think, and I also got GA1 or something, I think it is, anyway, from New Hampshire, so not bad for 5 watts, and a hamstick I sat beside the car, Rick, it kept warm.
Oh, yeah, well, you definitely got to have a good audio and a good antenna when you go QRP, and, I know I promote, life is too short for QRP, but, hey, that's not true. It's not true if you have a really good antenna, QRP works for you, because I have, quite often, I have gone on the air and forgot to turn up my power, and I've made contacts with 5 watts or whatever, and, nobody even knows the difference there, so, it's something to be said for good antennas, and good audio.
Yeah, well, it's just a little 817. There's no processor on it. It's you get what you get out of the microphone, so it seemed to work okay. And of course, 40-meter hamstick, it's a bit of a, it's basically a dummy load with a whip on the top, but it lacks efficiency, but seems to work, Rick.
Oh, yeah. Hey, well, I worked Rindo. He was up north of, west of Ottawa at Simon's Place, and he was running a 706, a low-power unit there in 40 meters. And one evening, I guess the band conditions were just great, and I heard him. So he was running probably 4 watts there. So you never know what's going to happen.
Well, 706 is a hardwire radio, though, eh?
Yeah, well, I think that's the right number. It's a Yaesu. Some kind of Yaesu, the low-powered ring.
Oh, okay. Well, 706 is an ICOM. 703 is the low-power one. ICOM. It's a fairly old radio now, but nice little radio. But I don't know what Yaesu he would have been using. The FD817 and FD818, those are both, 5 watts and 6 watts respectively, and there was an 817 ND model, but mine is the original model of 817.
Yeah, it could be the 817. I'm not sure. Well, yeah, you get mixed up. I get mixed up with the ICOM and the Yaesu. But Yaesu, he's got low power rig. But can you, you have an external battery and strap you can put around your neck, and it's got a walkie-talkie type antenna on it, or you can hook it up to a main antenna. And that's the one he took with him. So it worked out pretty good. And Simon, he's using that 40-meter antenna to listen with, because he's only a basic. But Renzo, like he got on there when Simon goes to work. Renzo gets on there and has some fun. So, Renzo, when he was visiting, so that's when he was visiting. Okay, Dave, anything else before we carry on and see who else is out here? Looks like it's a local band. I'm hearing nothing on the SDRs. So even the one in Utah there is so noisy you can't make out nothing. There's some digital going on down there, and the one in Vermont is just static. So maybe they got a storm or something going on. Anyway, the band has certainly gone long sooner. And that's what it seems like. And anyway, I tried to Sunday night, not this past Sunday night, but the one before, I tried to hook the boys on 80 meters, 3640, some of the guys up north, and they were on 4 o'clock. It was supposed to be anyway. I didn't hear a peep, so I don't know whether it was band or what's going on. I know that's happened before, and with this cycle, who knows what's going on. You hear we're at the peak, you hear we're on the upside, and you hear we're going down, and then you hear about all these solar activity, storms and stuff, and you can only take one day at a time, Dave, over?
Absolutely. Yep. Just turn the radio on, see what you hear. If you hear something, you work them. Anyway, I was hearing some, I believe, Spanish stations on 7100 here about 10 minutes ago.
Oh, yeah, well, you know what? When Cal was on here on the 2-meter repeater, I could hear myself in Vermont. So last week I heard the guys out in BC.
Yeah, but you were listening on the Utah SDR. That doesn't count. You got to hear it direct.
Oh, yeah, direct. Well, I've heard them direct, too. Yeah, but, you never know what you're going to hear. Anyway, my direct is not as good as it used to be. There's a lot of noise down here in the Hamilton. Even on the mountain there, I hear different guys are getting lots of noise there. What's your noise level like at 7100, over?
S8 right now, and when I was over at St. Lawrence 8 over there, the hydro lines going along Concession Street are brutal. All right, Rick, I'll let you carry on with the net. See if you can drag in a few more here. VE3BK, VA3CP.
Okay, 73 there, Dave. VA3CP from VE3 Bravo Kilowatt. Okay, we're clear. And is there anybody else that wants to check into the Monday night HF Net? Go now, please. Okay, I know the Chuck's going to be on Wednesday night, and Thursday we're not going to have anybody on. The Warplane Heritage is closed for the holidays, and quite often Marty transmits with the remote right at the moment. So Marty's not feeling good, and so we're going to take a break. The Warplane is going to take a break. So for Thursday, it's no this time. So anybody, anywhere, if you're out there, we haven't heard Chuck yet. VA3CJZ, are you in there? VE3 Bravo Kilowatt.
Victor Alpha 3, Charlie Juliet Zulu. Good evening, Rick. Yes, sir, I hear you loud and proud.
Wow, I had to trim my volume down. Yeah, you're only like 30 over or something here. Anyway, and yeah. So how are you doing? And yeah, looks like Marty's picked up something there, and he also hurt himself. So you know, he was telling my wife about some rib or something that hurts to cough, it hurts to laugh. So he's having a real bad time of it right now. What a rotten time of the year to have that happen to you.
Oh yeah, no kidding, eh? That's too bad. I know when I got that same flu virus there, Rick, I was in bed for 3 solid days. I'm not kidding. I just got up to go to the bathroom. That was it. Yeah, so I hope he's feeling better, and it's a shame about the rib as an added insult to injury. Anyhow, I could hear everyone tonight except Mac. Mac was in my noise floor, which is an S6 flickering S7, and I heard everyone else, KMQ, Dave, and who else? I forget now. But you're a solid 30 over, and your audio is screaming loud.
Yeah, well, I turned it down a bit. I had it up for the Canada Winter. Did you do anything on the Canada Winter contest?
Rick, you know, I tried, but I think I only got like 3 or 4 rack. They were just rack stations. I'm not sure exactly where. I know one was a VE6, and I forget the other ones there. So I had a lot on the go there. Still, my wife is home from work, and we're trying to get ready for Christmas and so on. So I just managed to get a few.
Yeah, me too. Me too. Well, one of the guys I just happened. Hey, remember I told you before, you get some of the best stuff by just turning the dial and listening. Well, I heard somebody in there calling CQ, calling CQ, calling CQ, you know, VO2 rack. What? Holy, yeah. So of course I worked at me, you know, I had a great little hair. And so that was PEI, I think. But anyway, and I was on 40 most of the time, and I got some of the guys out west too. So VE4 rack. So that was pretty good. But you know, I was on 40, 20. Basically, those are 2, and I went on 80 for a little bit. I listened around on 10, didn't work anybody. 15, I got somebody on 15 that was booming the ear from out west. Wasn't rack station, was VE7 CPU, I think. He's one of the guys that's, he's quite involved with contests too. And he had a great signal here, nobody else on the band, pretty much. So, you know, one of those cases where the band was open, but nobody was there. Anyway, that's the way it goes. Okay, are we streaming today? Back to you.
Yes, sir. Started at 8 p.m. and it's looking good. And what else was I going to say? You threw me off there with that question. Yes, sir. We're streaming, and I'll probably go till 9 p.m. and then switch it off.
Okay, roger on that. Okay, well, very good. Thanks again for doing that for us. And looks like it's local stuff again. I'm really thinking about switching back to 80. But, you know, we're going to leave it as is for now over the holidays. And I think the next time is going to be the 29th. I think the 29th. So we'll be on 7100 on the 29th. And you're going to do your net on Wednesday. So we'll try and be there. And, you know, people have been in and out here. shopping and stuff like that. So, things are warming up, and, it's a bad time of year to do contests, but go look at contestcalendar.com and see all the stuff they got on the 24th. Oh, wow. There's a lot of stuff listed I didn't mention. I didn't bother, and there's not too much going on the weekend. Just a couple of contests, that's about it. So, but there's always something on. So, if the bands are open, quite often I just turn the radio on and tour around the band, see if I hear anybody. And that's when you can work some of the great DX, But anyway, I digress, and so you got anything else for the net there? VA3CJZ, VE3BK.
Yeah, no, we're all done over here. Just got to fill up the stockings and then put the presents out, and I'm good to go. And then, of course, it's my wife's birthday 2 days after Christmas, so we get to party almost 2 days in a row. And yeah, so anyhow, Rick, I hope to hear you on Wednesday. If I don't, for some reason, I want to wish you and the missus a Merry Christmas, and we'll talk to you again the next time. But thanks for what you do, and doing the net here and everything else with helping out the amateur radio community. So I'll say 7-3 for now, and I'll be listening, and if I can help out there, Rick, and relay some call signs, I will. Victor Alpha 3, Charlie Juliet Zulu.
Right back at you. Merry Christmas, happy holidays to you and Renata. I think I said her name right, didn't I?
Yes, sir. You got it.
Okay, and I quite often can't remember names. But anyway, that's the way it goes. Okay, well, thanks for what you do too, as well for the ham radio community. Okay, and my wife's birthday was on November 27th, and that happened to be the same night as a club meeting, and so I stayed home, and I think she really appreciated it. I stayed home and we watched the movie, so she appreciated that. Anyway, and we're kind of past the stage of what do you want for Christmas kind of thing, or what do you want for your birthday. It depends. You just get those little things or something maybe, and that's about it. Okay, anyway, enough of that, and let's see if there's anybody else out there wants to check in. It looks like it's mostly locals, unless we get some DX who wants to check in here. Last week I think I heard South America quite a bit, but it depends on the band. You never know. You never know. In the wee hours of the morning, sometimes you can work Europe on 40 meters, and I know the weekend past I worked Western Canada on 40, so that was late too. Anyway, this is VE3 Bravo Kilowatt. Anybody else out there want to join the net, please go now. Yeah, it's too bad to hear about Marty, and Marty was on there, but Cal filled in for him, and he did a good job. So that was on our 2-meter 440 net. So this is the HF Net for Hamilton Amateur Radio Club. We're located in Hamilton, Ontario, the west end of Lake Ontario. So anybody, anywhere, if you want to check into our net, feel free. We talk about anything. This is VE3 Bravo Kilowatt. Anybody listening, last week I mentioned to Marty, he's been sick for a while, I mentioned to Marty that if he wasn't going for coffee, he could maybe get on HF and check into this net, and he said he's going to bed. So, there you go. Anyway, I hope he didn't have it as bad as you there, Chuck, because Marty's getting up there, so, but the rib thing is really something there. He did some damage to his rib some time ago, so, I think it's probably never healed properly. Anyway, this is VE3 Bravo Kilowatt. We're looking for check-ins on the HF Net. Anybody, anywhere, please go now. Yeah, and this is HF. This is just like the simplex on that Chuck runs. Not everybody can hear everybody. So we appreciate Matt checking in, VE3SMN, and anybody else that can hear us, feel free. You do not have to be a club member to check into this net, but club members are more than welcome. So anybody, anywhere, this is VE3 Bravo Kilowatts. I'm listening to the SDR and I went and saw you tuning up. Yeah, I can't hear myself there, so whoever it is probably more local to that area. This is V3 Bravo Kilowatt looking for check-ins. See if I can hear myself there. V3 Bravo Kilowatt. Well, just somebody, yeah, that was the Vermont one I was listening to. The Utah one is pretty much useless right now. Anyway, this is V3 Bravo Kilowatt on the HF Net for Monday night for the Hamilton Amateur Radio Club. Anybody, anywhere can join in. You do not have to be a club member. Please go now. I can actually hear the checking on my local, or the tuner upper on my local antenna. So I don't know who he is or where he is, but I'm hearing him on my antenna as well. So maybe that is somebody, maybe the band is not gone as long as I thought. This is Victor Echo 3 Bravo Kilowatt. Anybody else? Okay, we are being streamed on YouTube, and thanks to VA3CJZ, he is streaming us live on YouTube. So any check-ins on YouTube will get Chuck to OK them or verify that they're there. Anyway, Chuck, if we had any check-ins on YouTube there, over.
VA3CJZ, it doesn't appear so, Rick. People are I don't know, not accustomed to seeing my streams, so some of them watch them after when we're done. So yeah, it's got to gain a little traction. We got to let people know that we're streaming and they can drop in and watch and listen. But so far, no, I'm the only one that's been typing in the chat, but that's okay. What was I going to say next? Yeah, I heard that that tone. It sounded like someone tuning up, but it was very, very faint to me. But I could hear it, and that's all I could hear.
Too bad that thing sliding in and out. That's okay. Okay, yeah, that was weak to me as well, but it was strong on the Vermont SCR. But I can't hear you or I can't hear myself on the Vermont SDR. And you're right, I should advertise that more. Go to @VA3CJZ880, right? Is that right, Chuck? Over?
Actually, it's changed. It's still at VA3CJZ Chuck.
Okay, VA3CJZ Chuck. So if you want to go on YouTube and listen to us guys in Hamilton, hey, it's only the guys in Hamilton that have checked in tonight, and I think the band has gone along. On Thursday, VE3 Whiskey Near Golf told me he couldn't hear me on Monday night, and I've had also Tom there in Barry's Bay, VA3TAC. He's also told me that he can't hear us on Monday night. So anyway, yeah, he sent emails, and also they both talked to me on Thursday. So when we did the TP net. So we also usually do the TP net on Thursdays, but we're taking a break for the holidays. So we're not going to be there, and I guess I'm going to have to make sure the guys at the TP net know that nobody's going to be there. With Marty being sick, Marty missed last week too, only because he's under the weather, and I'm not sure, but I think he was helping his son move there. So you got to give Marty credit for helping somebody else out when he's not feeling that well too at the same time. Or who knows, maybe he got the bug over there. I don't know. Who knows? But it seems that the bug goes around for the older folks that don't get their shots. Anyway, that's something that I haven't had the flu for quite some time. And the last time I had the flu, Chuck, it was just like yours. Though I was coming out both ends at the same time. And I thought I was going to die.
Yeah, Rick. Well, thankfully, mine weren't both at the same time. But I still, yeah. And I didn't have anything in my stomach except water or apple juice. So it was tough on the stomach.
Oh, yeah, for sure. One thing that I drink too, usually when I'm not, my mother started me on that, was the ginger ale. Of course you use a spoon in it first to make sure it's flat, so that, you don't get the bubbles in your stomach. But, we took ginger ale too. But I know exactly what you mean, because once you brought it all up, that was it, so, boy, that's it, I think when you get the flu really bad, that's gotta be the worst. Gotta be the worst I ever felt my whole life, Anyway, I've had tonsillitis and I've had all kinds of other stuff, but boy, when the flu really hit you pretty bad. And the measles, you were itchy more than anything, I think. I don't think you felt that bad. I remember having the measles when I was a kid there, and I think most people had it when they were kids.
Oh yeah, Rick. If I were to list every ailment and broken bone, I could write a book. The things I did when I was younger, of course, thinking you're invincible and no problem. Watch, I'll do it. And yeah, and then of course you get the slip and falls, and oh yeah, like I said, I could fill a book in, Rick.
Yeah, me, I never broke a bone, but I sure got sort of like, the doctor told me I would have been better when I fell. When I fell and damaged both wrists, I could not even open a car door. That's how sore it was, both my wrists, and they told me I would have been better if I had broken something. I guess I got strong bones. I've never broken a bone yet that I know about. I got my shoulder out of place when I had a motorcycle accident, but that was it. you know, and to this day it bothers me a bit with the weather, but that's about it. Anyway, yeah, so when you were in the Kearney, did you fall off anything or break anything?
Actually, the rides that I worked on had the perfect safety record. No one was ever injured, and a couple of guys that worked for me were trying to show off to the women, and I kept telling them, focus on what you're doing. And one guy walked into a hole. He didn't get hurt, except for his pride. And but I've actually flown off the swings. I got caught up in one of the chairs and ended up going for a ride and landing in the open crowd. Had a broken nose and a couple of cuts on my face, and that was it.
Oh, so you actually did have some damage. Yeah, well, I was thinking, what about when they have to put them together? The guys that are up there putting all the stuff together, is that dangerous sometimes?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, you can hurt yourself just from tripping and falling, Rick. So yeah, working with heights. I mean, I've worked on that big double looping coaster they have at the CNE. I've helped dismantle that one and put it together. Yeah, I saw one guy get hit by a ride. It just scraped his head. He had to go to the hospital. Another kid was a local guy, and he went to reach for a pack of smokes that fell, and he got hit by a train, and he was killed. It does happen.
Wow, yeah, that's too bad. Yeah, well, I know I hurt my back. The first time I hurt my back, I threw it out, and it was in the sciatica, and it was when I leaned over to pick up a little phone cord. The phone cord weighs nothing, but I leaned over and picked it up, and my back went crack.
Yeah, I remember when I worked at E.D. Smith, there was a guy working in the parts department, and he was sitting at a desk, and his pen fell over on the ground, and he went to pick it up, and he couldn't stand up again. They had to take him to the hospital.
Oh, well, yeah. You know what? Something like that's more embarrassing than anything else.
Yeah, I guess, you know, you bend over and you can't straighten out anymore. You only see that in the movies. Now, of course, a lot of people have back problems, but yeah, I can picture it.
Oh, well, yeah, well, I think it runs in the family. My grandfather worked at Stelco, and he ended up being off because of his back, and he had to wear a brace. I mean, way back then, that's what they did. You know, he had a brace. He had to put on every day to walk around and stuff. So I think it kind of runs in the family, and I got one son that's got a bad back too, but I think part of his problem was he had an accident on a motorcycle too, so you never know. Anyway, it probably runs in the family. Okay, let's get back to seeing if there's anybody else out there. We've been ranked 2 in here for a little bit, and we're on here till 9 o'clock, at which time we go to 10 meters and maybe rank 2 a bit on there if anybody shows up. And so let's see if there's anybody who wants to check in. You know, probably we're just reaching the local people. VE3 Bravo Kilowatt, please go now. Anyway, I was calling C2 on the weekend. I went on 80 meters and called CQ and who comes back to me, but VA3WU, or was it VA3W? Rick, anyway, he's in Welland, and he knew who I was right away when I was using a club called V3 Delta Charlie, and he knew who I was, and so Rick said hello to Rick. Anyway, that's part and parcel with some of these contests. You get on there, and especially the Canadian ones, over the years you end up knowing more and more people on the ham radio, and you get to know some of the guys that are out with us or whether we're down East Coast, or they could be anywhere locally around here. You get to know quite a few people, even my friend there in Australia. So, but I don't really have anybody in Europe I talk to too much, but there was a guy in Italy that was a friend of Rinzo's, and he used to work all over the world, and quite often we'd talk to him, so depending on where he was, and we haven't heard him for a while now that he's living on the coast, retired in Italy, so we haven't heard him for a while. Even Renzo hasn't heard him, so don't know where he is, but that was somebody you got to know, and a few of the guys in Australia we got to know how they are now silent key, so you get to know quite a few people on ham radio. Anyway, let's see if there's anybody else out there. I'm carrying on here, and see if there's anybody else out there who wants to check into our HF Net. If you can hear me, please call in, VE3 Bravo Kilowatt. Okay, let's see if I can hear myself on the STR. 1, 2, 3, hello? Nope, can't hear myself. So, anyway, I would assume the band has gone long and we're probably being heard in Utah or somewhere down there. Who knows? I don't know if the band is good or not. Anyway, the noise floor, it's quite weird the way it goes sometimes. On 2 meters, you couldn't hear Chuck, but I hear Chuck. He's almost full scale here, and some of the guys that you hear, I can't hear. So they could be close to you or with a walkie-talkie. And it's surprising. Tonight, V3MQ checked in with Cal, and he was really broken up, so he wasn't making a repeater too well, but on Wednesday night, he was like full scale here, sitting in his lazy boy, and he was full scale over to you, Chuck, I believe there, over.
Yeah, that's right. Tom was full scale on his handy-talkie, sitting on his lazy boy at home, so 2 meters definitely a lot easier. But I heard Tom check in. He was quite noisy into the repeater, and so I don't know if he was on the 2 meter side or the 440. But maybe next time you talk to him there, tell him to switch to 2 meters.
Yeah, the 2 meter side is the best. Yeah, for distance anyway, at least I find. Well, the 440, there's people that will disagree with you. The 440 bounces around more. So, in some cases, it's better. But, from the contest site, which was a wheel in Hewitt, we could actually check into the 220 machine in Burlington. So that was fantastic coverage on 220, and it was a lot quieter. So not as much usage, and I think 2 meters gets quite a bit of noise. Anyway, did Tom tell you about the HF antenna you got?
No, sir, I haven't heard.
Let's see if I can remember the letters. I think it was a 980. Charlie Fox 980. I don't know, I could be a win on that. But anyway, it's it's a high gain vertical, and I don't think Radio World's got them. They have them at what's the one in the States here, the DX one. And they're now made by, it was high gain, now made by MFJ. But he picked one up that's $600 to $900 antenna, depending on where you buy it. Anyway, he picked it up for $80. So I don't know. That guy's got horseshoes up his butt.
Tom is like a cat. Always lands on his feet.
Yeah, you said that before. $80 though for a vertical. And from what I heard about his backyard, the vertical's the way to go.
Oh yeah, if you don't have real estate, it's absolutely the best.
Oh yeah, well hey, you could put a pole up on a fence, and you know, people have done that. Put a pole up on a fence as long as your neighbor doesn't complain too much. Or you could put it on your back porch or whatever if you have one. And you put it up 20 feet, now it's good enough. I mean, that'll work. And, you know, like people that don't get on the air for some reason, you know, I've heard of all kinds of people having antennas on their fence. So, like, why not? You know, HF, verticals work DX just quite well. So, the guy in the next town might not hear you, but the guy down in Florida will.
Yeah, you know, it's funny you say that, Rick, because I've got three on a fence. I got three antennas. One is the G5RV Junior. The other is the 10-meter vertical, and I have a 70-centimeter J-pole. And all three of them are on a pole on a fence. And the thing is, when we moved in here, our fence got blown over. And so the owners built a brand new fence, and they asked my neighbors to pitch in, and they said no. So that means we own that fence, and I can do whatever I want.
Wow, that's fantastic. Yeah, well, hey, you know, like we're at the contest site, and none of our antennas were any higher than 30 feet. You know, like well, no, I shouldn't say that. We did have a beam that was up quite high. It was up, oh geez, I forget, 45 feet up on the tower, above that. But that was a tri-bander. I'm not talking about that one. All our other antennas were wire antennas, mostly, or they were ground-mounted verticals. And you know, when we were contesting and we were getting great results, it was the operators that got the great results because we were in a quiet location and we could hear quite well. And you know, we got pretty good results with the antennas that mostly were 30 feet above the ground, no more. So they, you know, some of the DX stations, one of the guys went out west for a visit, and he stopped at a couple of the contest stations to you know, see what they had and chit chat and whatever. And when they heard what we had here in Hamilton, you know, at our contest site, they could not believe it. So you know, like it's all to do with propagation and the way you operate. I think you know, like you've done pretty well with your fence. You know, antennas, haven't you? They're chucked over.
Oh yeah, absolutely, Rick. No problems over here, and you know, windstorms, you name it, it's all good. So, yeah. Anyhow, it's 8:59 p.m. Rick, I'm going to probably go and grab a snack, bite to eat, and so I'll let you wrap it up, and then I'll stop the YouTube stream.
Roger that. Okay, we're clear with VA3CJZ, and we usually go to 10 meters, 28,485. to write to. And if nobody shows up, then we go and watch TV or whatever. It's the holiday season, so happy holidays to anybody out there. And we'll give a call for last minute check-ins. This is Victor Echo 3 Bravo Kilowatt. Anybody anywhere, last minute check-ins, VE3BK. Okay, nothing heard. I think the band's got long or something, and we only heard local. So, anyway, Merry Christmas to anybody out there, and we're going to go over to 10 meters for a little bit, see who shows up, if anybody. This is V3 Bravo Kilowatt. We're going to QSY 2845. Merry Christmas.
Yep, Merry Christmas from Victor Alpha 3, Charlie Juliet Zulu. Take care, Rick. So long for now.
73, everybody.
All right. Okay, so that wraps up the Hamilton Amateur Radio Club net for Monday night. And everyone listening, happy holidays and Merry Christmas. VA3CJZ. So long for now.